Bonjour and welcome back to the French campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Let's see, are we gonna commit an act of terror or are we gonna get terrorized? Let's find out. I hope this doesn't go terrible. Okay, I'm done. Right, let's do destroyers into two groups of two. Turn the guns off as well. Just in case the smoke screen might actually be enough to get me close, unspotted. Let's take a look at this this thing. Right, that's a. Oh, I would have thought it would have a like a really tight turning circle. Being slow early dreadnought, but no, apparently not. Okay, that makes things easier potentially. Also, we start out pretty close. There you go. We are being spotted. And now we are invisible. Okay, maybe not, because we're still being fired upon. I guess these two then are in a better spot. 330 has launched. 28, you're gonna go around this side. 'Cause, yeah, they're starting to turn this way. '27 might potentially get a very clean broadside here. There we go. It's easier to ambush a 21 knot, very like slow unmaneuverable dreadnought than a 26 knot fast dreadnought. That's for sure. You can launch from that side. And you can get ready to launch from this side. Maybe this might actually be a nicer nicer thumbnail. A battleship in a lot of trouble. Hopefully I don't take my own torpedoes here. Oh, no, you're gonna dodge a lot. Where's the last one? Here. For Division 3. You two are back together. And now you two are back together. We might have to wait for torpedoes to rearm before we continue here. But Terror shouldn't be going anywhere anytime soon. Okay, 28 is actually now essentially out of commission. Only one torpedo remaining. 310 is intact. What kind of torpedo size do I have on these? 19. I think it's time these get a refit pretty soon. I think I've got triple tubes now for the torpedoes. They're basically gonna increase the amount of torps per destroyer by 50%. 330 is already ready to rock and roll. And 310 as well. It didn't take long to rearm. That's one advantage, early torpedoes. They, you typically get them back in a decent amount of time. Not like late game 24-inch quintuple launchers where it takes forever to rearm. Are you gonna dodge that? One dead torpedo. You're not gonna dodge those. Four good hits, and I think that's a good night for Terror. You know, that should be the last bit of flooding. Yes. Good show. We took very little damage in return. 11 crew loss. Not bad. Not bad, not bad price to pay for sinking a battleship. And here we go. 2 Lepanto class battlecruisers. That are pretty good. We got 4 of ours though, so we kind of outnumber them in that regard. They have a lot of destroyers. Intrepido. And 1 Benedetto Cairoli, which is bigger. But still only 26 knots, because these are made before I upgraded to the 1.3.5 version, which actually lets you build destroyers that have a little bit of speed to them. I mean, you could before also, but you had to wait to get certain technologies and also minimize beam and draft. We have ammunition back. I think we spent a lot in the previous battle. These were in. And we have 2 light cruisers. I think I got the Mark III 14s unlocked at this point. Let's have these just kind of slow down and let's see, Lepantos, 19.1, 19.7, so I slightly outranged them. But, yeah, they're already faster than me. That's why I reduced speed. If I'm gonna be slower than them, I might as well get some, a little bit of, cruising speed bonus. Let's see, we're gonna go 2 on each. Scoring some hits. Furieux is also taking some hits, so we've actually taken more than we dished out at this point. Let's bring in the DDs and wow, toss some torpedoes at those battlecruisers because they're being very mean. Look at what they did to Furieux. Yeah, Furieux is done. That's all her ammo. And Grand Anglais, you are not to switch target with your main guns. That's what the secondaries are for. 2.7 kilometer range on those torpedoes. It's not like a grave threat. Is it 2.7 on all of them? Yeah, seems like it. Scoring some hits on those enemy. There we go. Secondary guns, hello. Do your thing. Didn't launch. At least made it into torpedo range. Lepanto goes down. Vilas takes 1 torpedo. Guns still trained on the enemy destroyers. But torpedoes are targeting the battlecruiser. I see a lot on deck. Come here. You're gonna kill some destroyers. Here's 1. Here's 2. I don't think my torps are gonna hit much. Yeah, no. It was in a turn already. Well, my destroyers are in good shape, though. All main guns. Keep focusing that battlecruiser. None of you have torpedoes ready. That's good. So Lalande can just get in close. Like the 4-inch guns on my DDs have actually done quite a number on these guys. That's it for Lepanto. Some damage sustained in return, though. I was lucky I didn't take any torpedoes here while I was busy elsewhere. You can cease fire. I don't want to hit my own DDs. And that was it. Let's see what else we got. Well, it's a small meeting. Andrea Doria. I did check, and this is a shared design ship. It has one weakness, one pretty big weakness that I assume was an oversight on part of its designer. These are some impressive DDs. 32 knots, as fast as mine. They even have one triple launcher, one triple and two doubles. I only got triple launchers just now, so they must have had them for a while before I did. Let's see. You are joining up there. And, I don't know, cruisers. I guess you are to follow the battleships, which are to slow down a little bit. And destroyers and torpedo boats can also, like, slow down a bit. I want to keep them a little bit close. Northeast they are. Close but still behind, and relative safety. I'm going to do donuts there for now. We should spot the Andrea Doria at a decent range, because it's a pretty big ship. Bigger than any of mine, I think. No, Valerus is bigger. I think Andrea Doria has better tower spotting. Here we go. Yeah, because that's the same tower as on my battlecruisers, with like 6,000 meter tower spotting or something. Now the weakness of this thing, the main turret armor. It is not there. And being like a relatively early dreadnought-ish type ship, it's kind of vulnerable. It's got Cordite 1 and TNT. They might not even have had tube powder available when it was designed. So it's a bit explosive. And those turrets are not protected. So it could well explode. Secondaries, keep firing. What kind of torp range are we looking at from these? 7.3. Okay. Well, that's the same as mine. They haven't haven't launched from all tubes on this one, just the triple launcher. Ah, this looks like an AI design. Yeah, the triple launcher is facing forwards. So it has launched, I guess. Yeah, ran out of ammo. And these two, yeah, they look like they can turn. 20-inch. Moscato has surrendered. Now we're overpenning the main gun. Is that the new meta? No, there we go. Flash fires. Is that the new meta, to not have armor on your turrets? I don't think that's how the all or nothing type of armor is supposed to work. And the flash fires keep spreading because it's got a bunch of turrets. I'm kind of in trouble though with these destroyers. I'm lucky I can make Solferino launch at my DDs instead. Yeah, Shisada also only launched from the front launchers. And we blew up the front launcher on Solferino. So it did not get to launch. Pre-dreadnought, you've taken some torps. If I'm lucky, these are gonna miss René Magritte. Valruse, you can speed up. I think that's the best way of avoiding that one. It was a dud. We're fine. We're good. Oh, they had a cruiser somewhere, didn't they? Where is it? Yeah, where'd the cruiser go? Don't ram the wreck, please, Magenta. I would have liked to have the RDF now. Southeast? Behind me? Did they go on like a flanking thing? Yeah, no. Suprema is now spotting my battleships. And it's now to the northeast, and there she is. You have armor on your turrets. So where were you, Suprema? What were you doing? There you go, flash fires. And boom. Main belt pen for 10,000. Nice. Now, is this a, that is a big task force. Let's engage it with my own big task force. There's also 6 destroyers here. Right. Anything I have that can deal with 6 destroyers? No, that's my museum port. I guess we'll see after the convoy missions. Oh, we are facing 6 destroyers here. Could that be the same 6? Maybe. See if Nayati can take them on. Right, Nayati, heroic ship. Time to do your thing. We got a TB-99 here also. Could be pretty useful. It's got some guns on it. I want to have Nayati lead the way though. Because with the utter lack of tower spotting on the torpedo boats, they are likely to just run into the enemy at point blank range, and then it's going to be too late to react. While Nayati, which since I gave all early game light cruisers a tower spotting buff, should be able to spot those transports and destroyers at a somewhat decent range. Let's see, you're going at 22. You guys can also go at 22. Keep following. Oh, you've fallen way behind. Maybe you can speed up and catch up. Northwest now. RDF is going to be such a nice upgrade for these light cruisers. For this kind of work. Or rather, for the next generation light cruisers. These guys are retiring soon. Southwest. Make up your mind. Which means they're probably more like west. Yes. Now where are the destroyers? Presumably around here somewhere. Oh, you got torpedoes? So since the transports are generated for each convoy mission, they always have like the latest generation of technology. So Italy now has 10.6 kilometer torps. Mark III guns. Why don't we just keep maneuvering? Those torps should not hit us. It's a bit annoying though, since I'd like to just sail straight to get the most out of my accuracy. And we have company. Good thing these things do not have the same torpedoes as the transports. Now T4. I want you just going after the transports with torps. Maybe score some hits. Who knows? Didn't mean to reverse your turn like that. That's fine. Let's just finish off Incendio also. Next up, Audace, just launched. Now we're going after the next smoke screen. I think we damaged someone there already. Where'd the smoke screen go? T4, torping. Getting torped. Rudder is out. We're gonna take that one. But their 4-inch gun is still firing away. There we go. You guys went back to protect the transports, I guess. We're staying just outside of torpedo range. It'd be nice if our own torpedoes would launch. I guess they don't have the angles. More destroyer down. And the last one. Impetuoso. And then it's just the transports left. Impetuoso goes down. Last torps away from 99 T4. Which is also running out of ammunition. Doing pretty good for a as a gunboat. Even if the torps haven't hit much. Yeah, hasn't scored a single... It scored 2 torpedo hits, but they were both duds, apparently. Because neither did any damage. UAD, you gotta keep dodging torpedoes. getting peppered. From all of those. That's a lot of different guns. That's a very heavily armored transport. T4 is out of ammo. TB90 T4, oh, has ammo, but I don't think the turret actually turns. That's something I sacrificed to fit more torpedoes on it. With the TB90 design. Oh, I got no torpedo crew. That's why my torps aren't launching. Because I've suffered a lot of crew loss, actually. Bad reaction on my part. Yeah, I think Nayadi's out of here. TB90 T4 has launched torpedoes. Let's see if they hit and sink anything before ending the battle. One more dud torpedo. All the 3 torpedo hits were duds. Well, it didn't sink a lot of transports. It sank 3. It sank all the destroyers, but the transports evidently didn't need any escorts. They did a pretty good job defending themselves. Alright. One more. 2 versus 3 destroyers. Of the Intrepido class. Oh, we're faster. But I wonder how heavily armed are the enemy transports this time. Well, they've been spotted. .6-inch guns. Yeah, heard the DDs. Just can't see them yet. We're gonna sink that one transport. Then go after the destroyers. These things also do not have very good tower spotting. drop some torpedoes. Maybe they're gonna hit something. Leanto, are you gonna sink? I think so. No. Maybe now it's a more convincing. Point 1. Come on. Just a little bit more. There we go. That's 2 down. Leanto just took some engine damage. Just to make things a little bit easier. We just took some engine damage. We got 3 transports left. Should be able to deal with those. Yeah, running increased AP. Because that's what we use against DDs, but I think for transport killing purposes, having more HE would probably be a good idea. Uh, 309 is not in the best of shapes. Grongo. Are you gonna sink 329? I think you are. Lupo is almost intact. Let's get a couple more hits on Grongo. And then get out. I don't want to risk losing to a transport. Killing the last one isn't that important. Right. Yeah, so that was not the 6DDs. Yeah, let's see if we get a meeting here. 25 torpedo boats, so these might be like pre-dreadnought kind of things. In that case, let's see if we can get a pre-dreadnought versus pre-dreadnought fight. I meant pre-dreadnought versus dreadnought fight. Although I do actually have a pre-dreadnought in that task force. Yeah, are we getting... yes, we are getting the fight that I wanted. And these are indeed pre-dreadnoughts. Really old ones too, 1890. With only 10-inch guns. Suprema. That's a decent heavy cruiser. These other ones, 1896. Kind of old-ish. And we got a 1913 light cruiser. That's pretty impressive having a 1913 design in service already. Must have been built last year, maybe? If not before that. And then a bunch of these TB90 types. Custodia SD, but it's basically a TB90. A lot of them. And some, what's the Signo? 22. Climane. Probably AI designs. And 2 Intrepido DDs. But most of this is just very outdated stuff. So, this is going to be a fight. Let's see what they do with the torpedo boats. Are they just going to be pretending to be gunboats? Or actually do something? Goodbye, and take care.